Who's the fool in the story? Me, Opus 5706, or a whole college dedicated to music called Arthur Zankel? Let's get into this video. So, I have a relationship with Skidmore that I kind of like and don't like. It's a love-hate relationship. I'm going to explain a few reasons why in this video. It might be a little longer, but hang in there. You'll get something out of it. So, when I was friends with the twin narcs, and if you don't know them, the initials start with S and J, we would often go to Skidmore, and instead of just sitting around doing nothing playing with my phone, I would be studying Bach cantatas, Bach organ works, Chopin works, Haydn works, Mozart works, and a few other composers. And so I would go to Skidmore simply to go to their big library and open up the box scores, and I would be blown away by the 30-second notes, the double and triple counterpoint, and the counterpoint that Bach has succeeded in doing. It's a humbling experience for me, but every once in a while I have to be blown away by the Bach, the greatest of all time. But that's not what I wanted to talk about in this video. What I wanted to talk about is how this rich, successful, and entitled college has treated me, the Opus 5000 man with 3,000 on his computer and 2,000 handwritten. First of all, they gave me 0 performances. I could easily go there and play through a solo violin concert. I could easily go there and perform the Well-Tempered Clavera Gold Vervations, at least half of it. And I don't know if I could do the whole Well-Tempered Clavera in a production, but I know I could do at least half, because I haven't studied the later Well-Tempered Clavera and I haven't studied the later Gold Vervations. But what I could do is put together both and do a wonderful concert. You think that's going to happen? No. Because the quote that a famous composer once said is dead composer, live audience, live composer, dead audience. And I think I said that. So, long story short, that's not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is how they sent a security guard after me after I talked to 2 women in the Arthur Zankel building. And I just simply explained to these 2 women that I wanted to be performed and perform something that I've written. Newsflash, it probably isn't going to happen until I'm dead at 92 or 80. So long story short, what happened was there was a no smoking sign. And I take accountability. I smoked during there was being a no smoking sign. They probably only put it up because I was there, because they persecute Christians all the time. So, after I broke the rule of smoking at Skidmore, a security guy pulls in on the street where there's a mansion right across from the woods of Skidmore. So what I do is I run. I run away from him, I turn on a back alley, and before I know it, his car isn't even there. So I avoided this guy by running. Why would you do this to me, Skidmore? Why would you do this to a master of counterpoint, a master of harmony, a master of piano, cello, and violin, when you supposedly say creative thought matters? Why would you do this to me? Why would you send a black security guy who, if he did encounter me instead of me running away, would most likely ban me from the property? You can go fuck yourself. Because by the time I'm there, I'll be there in my notes. By the time I'm there, I'll be having the whole line of a rack from here, and they'll have to get rid of other composers just to put me there. So you can just go fuck yourself, Skidmore, and all your pussies who suck at music and can't write shit. Because I could teach there. That's what you don't realize. If you'd had piano under me, I would be teaching you the hardest Bach pieces you ever could fucking play. Like Fugues by Bach, the 8 Preludes and Fugues, the Well-Tempered Clavera, the Gold Vervations, pieces I study to this day, like Glenn Gould, who has a statue, being a lifelong virgin and died because he had autism, and would sing during his performances. But they have a statue of him somewhere in Toronto, Canada, or wherever he was, but they don't have a statue of me. Actually, that's an incorrect statement. There's a statue of me right by Bach filled with a bunch of stuff, as you can see right there. So, all I gotta say is, kids, don't go to Skidmore. Do your own piano lessons, do your own sight reading, do your own music theory, and don't give up $100,000 or $50,000 or $1,000 just to study shit that you could all learn on your own. That's what I'm decreeing.